What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today is day 23 of all Imperial Beer Theme Month here on the channel, and the beer I'm reviewing today once again comes from the Two Tides Brewing Company, and they are out of Savannah, Georgia, and this is their Parallels. So this is a Brandy barrel-aged Imperial Stout with pistachio, coconut, and marshmallow. It comes in at 13.9% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. And this can is just under 3 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Wes, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Wes sent my way. And he sent me 5 beers in total, 4 of which were from Two Tides, and this is the 5th and final beer from the beer mail that I am reviewing. And did I save the best for last? I hope so, because this sounds absolutely delicious. So I've had 2 huge dark like Imperial Stouts from Two Tides, and they were both extremely delicious. So I have high hopes for this one. And the fact that this one is aged in brandy barrels, and I think they said they aged this one in brandy barrels for 15 months, but don't quote me on that. And then, you know, they're using pistachio, coconut, and marshmallow, which is an interesting combination of adjuncts. I think they're kind of going for, if you ever had like a Watergate salad, around here in Buffalo, New York, when I go to the deli, I see it'll just say like pistachio salad or whatever. I think it's kind of in that realm, but in brandy barrel-aged Imperial Stout form. I'm here for it, so let's crack this open, get in the glass, see what we got going on. When I saw this in the beer mail, I was stoked. When he told me about it, I was stoked. Right now, I am stoked. I just hope it's not too sweet, and I get the brandy, and everything is fan-fucking-tastic. Let's give it a pour here. It's my Bellwoods glass. I like using this one, but I don't use it enough, so we're going to give it a nice pour here and see how it goes. Oh my God, that's pouring out. I don't know if you can see the pour, but that looks like Hershey syrup. Do something like that. Yeah, there's no head. Shut the fuck up, Joe. Huh? Shut up. Okay, so whatever. You're not going to see it all that great in terms of like, you know, the body. It's pitch black. It poured out like Hershey syrup. Yeah, there's nothing in there. That's pitch black. I was able to swirl up a half finger of this dark brown colored head. It looks beautiful in the hashtag not proper glassware. But at the same time, this just looks awesome. You know what I'd like in 2025 is an authentic Two Tides glass, so I can drink them out of hashtag proper glassware whenever Wes sends me some. But it's actually has, you know, alcohol sheets, I would say, but it's staining the glass. I say that occasionally when it's a big beer, but it has like this dark kind of like alcohol leg to the side. Like it's the alcohol legs, and then like the actual beer is kind of staining itself. That looks awesome. Let's just say that. Let's get a nose. Yeah, that smells wild. It smells like pistachio pudding, or like I said, that Watergate salad, or like a pistachio, like whipped pistachio salad. I love it as a dessert. I only eat it a couple times a year, but that's what it smells like. It has toasted coconut, pistachio. There's, again, 3 adjuncts in here outside of the base beer and it being aged in brandy barrels, and I can smell each one of them. It has this nice marshmallowy vanilla vibe with the pistachio and then toasted coconut. Like all 3 adjuncts are here. But then the brandy's there, nice barrel age characteristic to it, sweeter. I've always found, here's the thing with me too. Here's the thing. Anytime I say that, I'm going to point it out now because I kind of feel I say it too much. And I do. Anyway, here is indeed the thing. I like bourbon and whiskey barrel aged beers. I do. But sometimes I get kind of, I don't want to say bored. Bored is the, for lack of a better word, I just want something different, right? Different. And when you give me a brandy barrel aged beer, cognac, rum, sherry, things of that nature, sign me up, because it is different and it's not the same. This smells like a sweeter barrel aged kind of note. It's more fruity. Man, that pistachio, holy shit, it's that big. It honestly smells like pistachio pudding if you put, like, you diced up a bunch of cherries. There's a huge, nice maraschino cherry kind of vibe here. There's no cherries in here. But yeah, the brandy has like this sweeter, fruity kind of barrel essence to it, vanilla and oak. I would say, if anything, the base beer is getting a little bit lost. There's a touch of chocolate, touch of like a very lightly roasted malt. But outside of that, there's nothing really, nothing really sticking out. It's the adjuncts plus the brandy barrel, and then a little bit of like that chocolate and lightly roasted malt. And that cherry, the maraschino cherry is weird because there's no cherries in here. This smells crazy, and I cannot tell you this is anywhere close to 14% in the nose. It doesn't smell boozy. I mean, I know it's barrel aged, but this does not, like if I was doing this blind nose-wise, 10, maybe 11, not anywhere close to 14. I want to get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Wes, and hopefully this is the best beer that I've had from Two Tides. I guess we'll see. Cheers. This is a 5 out of 5. I don't even have to review this fucking thing. I'm done. Shut off. Price by availability. No. If every single pastry stout that was barrel aged tasted like this, I would buy them all the time. There's a reason why I don't buy a ton of pastry stouts as much anymore. A lot of times the adjuncts go sideways. A lot of times they don't come to the forefront. A lot of times the beer is just too sweet, too over the top, too much. I'll say with this, the caveat being with this beer, you need to love pistachio. If you don't buy this beer. You wouldn't buy this beer. Would you buy this beer if you hated pistachio? Would you buy this beer? Post in the comment section. Let me know, because I don't think you would. It's pistachio. It's a distinct flavor, especially when this is pistachio in pudding / again, Watergate salad, pistachio salad form. It's not like straight on pistachio. It's that flavor. Pistachio ice cream. I love pistachio ice cream. Again, they're all very similar with the flavor. You need to like that. You need to love it to love this one as much as I do. But that's what I'm getting here. We'll review this one, I guess. I guess that's what we're doing here. But this is a 5 out of 5. I don't have to fucking say anything. This is fucking, I can't. I just can't. There's just another sip and we'll body mouthfeel whole 9. The body is full body. It's thick. It's somewhat syrupy. It's viscous. It's not quite media noche. I always like to say media noche from Weldworks. Pulpit Rock. Some of the Pulpit Rock beers I had were crazy. The Mortalis beer I reviewed this month. All of them are very similar. Whenever you hear that, it's the pipes of the heat, right? Because I got baseboard heat. We just got a new furnace too. So like, whatever. Sometimes happens. Fucking knocking. Anyway, everything, we actually did everything properly. Had professionals and still might have to get them back out here. Anyway, the simple fact of the matter is this body is fantastic. It's not quite as good as the, again, Media Noches and the Pulpit Rocks and that Mortalis beer and everything, but it's close. The mouthfeel, however, it's carbonated, but it's so soft, smooth, and creamy. It's kind of reminds me of like a Belgian Vit beer or something like that, where it has that effervescence kind of feel, but it's so smooth and creamy with a little bit of softness that it's kind of, you're sitting there like, what the fuck's going on? And then you're like, wow, that's kind of wild. That's what this beer is. The taste is on a fucking another level. It's that Watergate salad. So Watergate salad, I think, is like pistachio. I think a lot of them have like marshmallow, toasted coconut. I forget how it's made, but like just picture pistachio pudding or pistachio ice cream, but in like a whipped kind of salad form. That's what I have always known that to be. That's what this is. And it's hovering above a beautiful brandy barrel-aged Imperial Stout. Like instead in the nose, I wasn't getting all of the base stout qualities. In the taste, it's a roasted malt. It's sweet dark chocolate. It's a lightly roasted coffee. There's a little bit of like that sweet dark cherry. It's not as much maraschino cherry in the taste as it was in the nose. It's more of like a dark cherry. But I'm getting the base, and then that hits me at the forefront. But there's, again, the first thing that hits me is actually the pistachio, the coconut, and the marshmallow. And it's intertwining. front to back. It's hovering over that base Imperial Stout. On the second half of the palate, the Brandy barrel comes in, and the Brandy barrel, to me, it approaches and it comes in as sweet fruitiness, vanilla, a little bit of oak, and it just amplifies what I'm already tasting. The finish is semi-dry with a mild bitterness. This is definitely sweet. It's a rich, decadent, dessert-esque beer, but it's not cloying. I need to specify that because beers like this, easily cloying. And here's the beauty about Two Tides. They put them in the 12 fluid ounce cans nowadays. This is what I'd want in 12 fluid ounce cans. If you know me, I've said this now for a couple years. If you've ever seen the 7.5 fluid ounce cans that you'll see like some of the Coke products, like Coca-Cola, Sprite, and whatnot, and you'll see them on the on the shelves when you grocery shop, and you're like, wow, those are cute little cans. That's what I want this in. That's what I want most barrel-aged beers in if I'm drinking it by myself. Because 7.5 fluid ounces, I could take this down. Once you start getting into big, 16 fluid ounce cans or big, 500 milliliter bottles with 16.9 fluid ounces, or even bombers at 22 or 750s at 25.4, there's just too much. You have to share those beers, or you should share them because you might end up wasting some of them. I'm not wasting a single drop of this. In fact, I'm going to save half of this for my dad. My dad loves pistachios. He loves pistachio pudding, ice cream, whatever. And I know he's going to love this one, so I'll probably drink half and save the other half for him, which is perfect. For me, though, I could drink this entire can and not think twice. I would just down this and be super happy about it. The booziness, like I said, the nose, 10, 11%, not 14. In the taste, huge warming. My chest is on fire. So I could tell this is 12, 13%. Still wouldn't say 14. No astringency on the palate. This is everything I wanted it to be. And so many times I review beers like this, they just don't live up to the hype. They still end up being a good beer or whatever, but it's like, oh, this is going to be a world-class fucking one of the best beers I drank in a hot minute. This is, without question, a fucking phenomenal beer. This is the first barrel-aged beer I've had from Two Tides, and they have knocked this one out of the park without question. For my personal preference, stylistically, for what this beer should be, they've nailed it. They've absolutely nailed it. Yeah, there's zero things to say about this one. I'm not going to pour the rest in because, like I said, I'm saving this for my pops. 5 out of 5. Like I said, it doesn't even matter. I like the simplistic label here. Parallels, it just has the red and black and everything. But this is the best beer I've had from Two Tides. It's not even close. It's going to be hard to knock this off the pedestal if I ever get a chance to try Two Tides down the line. I know Wes has introduced me to Two Tides properly. I can't thank him enough for this beer and the beer mail as a whole, but this is by far the winner of the beer mail. This is next level shit. This is fantastic. It's not shit. It's delicious, but it's next level shit. It's just, yeah. And so many, what's wild to me is I've had a lot of viewers and friends of the channel that said they've gotten down to Two Tides in Savannah. Curtis, who has sent me some great stuff. I talked to him almost on a daily basis. Ryan, who used to do beer reviews, he's kind of got lost in a World of Warcraft, I believe, or something. I don't think he watches the beer reviews as much anymore, but he went down there and enjoyed it. Obviously, Wes being down there. A lot of people have talked about this brewery. And if I'm ever, I don't know when I would ever be in Savannah, Georgia. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's, in my future at some point. But if I was, 100% they're like the number one thing I'm going to check out, based on the beers I've reviewed over the last couple of years, and if I had a chance to experience, there's no doubt I'd be checking out their brewery. So, price point availability, this is where I don't know. This time around, Wes didn't tell me exactly what he paid for it. I will tell you right now, this is a 12 fluid ounce can. I usually do $1 an ounce. I'd easily pay $12 for that can. It's probably less than that. I'd say like a 4-pack's like $30 at the most or something like that. I don't know. But I would easily pay $12 for that can, just without question. I might even pay $14. This is so good and exactly what I want. And again, the beauty, the hero of this beer is the fact that it's not overly sweet. And a beer like this can be so sweet. You want 3 or 4 ounces. That Mortalis beer I talked about, that was absolutely divine. That was a hard beer to put down. It was just so rich, and the body was overwhelming. The sweetness was big. I ended up drinking the vast majority of it. And with this, I think I would easily be able to take it down. And so that's a win in itself. But this is the second 5 out of 5 beer. I don't know when you're going to see it, but there's a beer from Fox Farm that another good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Rick, sent me. That's the first official 5 out of 5 on the channel. This is the second, I believe, and it's worth it. I want to take one more sip because I just want to make sure that the 5 out of 5 is legit. It is. I just excuse to take another sip. Goddamn. 5 out of 5. So yeah, to go back to the price point, I don't know. Availability, pretty sure that was brewery only. I don't think it made it outside of the brewery. So if you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. I can't imagine. I can't imagine if you like pistachio and you like big, rich Imperial Pastry Stouts with some barrel characteristic. I don't understand how you wouldn't like this. Maybe there's some folks out there. But I'm just going to shut this one down. I know it's a longer review like all my reviews are nowadays. You know what? Somebody asked me about the long... I've had a couple comments but like, I like your reviews despite the long review. And listen, you come to the Beer Patrol, what you see is what you get. And you know if you're watching one of my reviews, you're locking in for a 10 to 12 minute review at the very least. It's double digits most of the time. And then when I start getting to beers like this, you can 15, 17, 18, 20, 25. And I'm okay with that. I feel like my reviews are more of a discussion. I talk to you like you guys are in front of me, which I think is the right way to approach it. I don't know. But I do get a lot of comments, whether it's here on YouTube or DMs. A lot of people watch the reviews, they like the reviews, and I enjoy doing these. So, it is what it is. And a lot of you probably don't watch to the end. So if you do, here's another review where I'll say post something in the comment section. Just post Watergate salad. And then look it up on Google if you're unfamiliar. I think that's what it specifically calls Watergate salad. I just know it is, hey, I'm at the deli. There's this green salad that says pistachio. Give that to me. That's what I know it as. It's definitely has pistachio, marshmallows, a lot of times coconut, sometimes cherries. Again, I don't know what like the definition of a Watergate salad is, but that's kind of what I know it as. I could be completely wrong, as I have a tendency to do here on this beer reviewing channel where I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I cannot thank Wes enough for all the beers he sent my way, but this one especially, it's cool as all hell. So Wes, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. We got about another week's worth of 8 days specifically of reviews of all Imperial Beer Theme Month. And beers like this are like, yeah, Joe, that's why you're doing Imperial Beer Theme Month, because you should be drinking beers like this relatively fresh. Because, a beer like this, I might just throw it in my cellar or in my darker beer fridge and just let it hang out for fucking, ever. And then I drink it 3 years from now. I'm like, oh, I can't believe the adjunct's held up. No, I got to start reviewing things like this fresh. Also, this was in my darker beer fridge at 54 degrees Fahrenheit. I did keep it ice cold, though, in my regular fridge, which is like 38 or whatever, until yesterday, and I put it in the darker beer fridge. Just because, with the adjuncts, and if they don't pasteurize and everything, you never know with like a secondary fermentation. So I wanted to make sure that didn't have a chance to happen. As you saw, no explosion, no gushing, no off flavors, no anything. Just straight fucking deliciousness. Till the next one. Cheers.